Morning. So last week we got the rotors done, we got the housings hydroblasted, which actually turned out lovely. I'm actually excited to show how brand new the pieces look. So heading to the garage now. There were a couple of delays with getting the block actually assembled. Rotors needed a good bit of cleaning. Bearings have to be pressed, and there's a few other bits to be done. So today should be block day. So I'm interested to see it go together and share it with you. Okay, good luck. Here we are. Just arriving at Shadow. I don't know if I said it in the last video, but Shadow built the last engine that was in the car. It made 611. Now we 611 horsepower. They've recently built one that made slightly more again, 625 horsepower. And hopefully with this one we'll make a little more. So go in and see who's here today. Howdy! How goes it? Is Anthony? Ooh, all the bits are going together here. Okay, let's see where we go. So this is prepping the rotors, and you'll see inside here. Yeah, and we just have to poke out this little spring just to show you. So the little spring just fits home in there. So that is the, I don't know if you can see it, see the little spring? Yeah. So that's the spring that holds tension on the side seal, which makes contact then with the face. So they are, and then the side seal goes into this groove. And as you can see, Anthony has decided to use, on this build, solid corner seals, because we learned from the last one that if your spark plug gives way, your corner seals shatter. As well as everything else. In fairness though, the car still ran. When it's built right, that's it. So you'll see here, this little edge of the side seal now is proud, you see it? So basically what we need to do now is to rub down this side seal. So up this end, see? And you want a 0.02 gap. 0.002, excuse me. See it there? So it's nearly like paper. And that's the gap that you want here, in between these two. So you'll see how much that's over. So now that has to be ground down painfully with a stone here and some sandpaper. And that's what Anthony has been doing for 2 days solid.
Amongst other things.
Amongst other things. But yeah, so mad. So we'll get going. So you don't hold much pressure on the seal. I don't know if we can see it, but the edge of it is getting a nice little shape now. And then just gradually, you don't hold much pressure on it because they're quite delicate, and then we are running it down the stone. It is very tedious but very necessary. And then after about 100 or 200 of these strokes, you might be closer than you were. So we'll check now. Still miles off. Keep going. So this then is the solid corner seal, and then you can actually see the movement that you have with the spring underneath it. So these side seals are now toleranced for that tiny little, yep, see the drag on it? So now 0.002 2. So yeah, very tight tolerance, but it's going to be yeah, it's going to be very, very powerful. So this is final assembly, using some good old goop, some petroleum jelly, Vaseline, to hold the seals in place, because you're going to be turning them basically facing down as you assemble the block. And there's your apex seal springs inside the slot. Yeah, exactly. They don't go missing. There's a nice scallop on the rotor. So once they're all assembled, that is ready to build. We have first plate ready. So here's your oil control ring springs in place here now, and you'll see that if you push them they can't move, because this little boy here, just here, is in a circular slot. You'll see it if I pull it back. See, and that's basically what locks it in place.
You can take a snap down, or as it's going down.
Does look the business. So these guys came out very tidy. From the vapor blasting. They're savage. Here's the rotor going home. Poke them in. But she is looking tasty. So there's your corner pieces of the seals going home.
Spring, that you want.
Lovely, lovely. Second plate home. Giggity goo. There she blows.
The only thing you're missing here is the big bucket.
Is the top cover going on?
How'd you time?
Gone but not forgotten.
Done. That was 9 minutes.
Edit that out, please.
Yeah. I will, yes. Savage.
Yeah, right.
So people who may not have seen a build before, these boils will actually give extra strength. So these were machined out to have a slightly thicker through bolt, and then with a ARP stud at the top of it, an ARP nut, they should be very good at strengthening the block. So here we go. Ooh. tightening up these studs now. Oh yeah. Nicey nice. Turned by hand, she'd make nice compression. And just the last couple of checks just to make sure that all our torque settings are right there. We're all at the correct setting. Job done, so. Well done. Another finished block. Ooh, plenty of compression there, by. For towards the engine, alright. I think that was a 15-minute build.
Do that. And we need those bolts.
Yeah, front counterweight going home. Such a tight tolerance there, isn't it? It's tiny, like. Well, that was a very successful day in the garage. The block is completely finished. So it's now a short block. We need to attach the sump and the turbo and stuff, obviously, but we'll do that next week or on Saturday. So I hope the video is informative and you may have learned a little bit about putting an engine together. This one, as you saw, was it's basically a race engine because it's got the scalloped rotors and the clearanced rotors. It's got very strong, very small tolerances in the side seals and stuff as well. But it's gonna be, yeah, it'll be for street use, obviously. Hopefully some track days and stuff as well. But it should be a very interesting engine to drive and still lively enough because it's only a half bridge. So the fact that it's not a full bridge won't take away from low end power. So it should still be a very exciting engine to drive. Good low end grunt like I had before. Maybe a little bit earlier in on boost and being able to run a bit higher boost. So let's see where we go in terms of power. Hopefully more than 611, pushing to maybe 650 to 700 with the fueling setup I have now. So I think that's where we're going to be. Time will tell. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Good luck.